This is another rant, I guess, because that's what I do. I rant. This country has proven that it is willing, that it wants the respect of black people, or black people to respect it, without the regards of showing any respect to black people. And it has all kinds of hosts of reasons why we should motherfucking respect the United States of America, though it shows no respect to us. Like with this kneeling thing. Oh, you're getting paid. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play a sport that, you know what I'm saying, makes billions of dollars. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're getting paid $1 million to participate in a sport that makes billions of dollars off the backs of your talent, but you have not the right to protest against the mistreatment that those who look just like you may receive in this very country that you're supposed to respect as a result of this national anthem. That's right, a fucking song deserves more respect than black folks do. And that is not going to change as a result of us appeasing, crying, shucking, jiving, boycotting. None of that shit is going to change that shit. Their children are still being raised with this sense of entitlement. Their children are still receiving this sense of entitlement, not because of direct discourse that's occurring within their households, but because of the lack of discourse that's happening in their households. Their children are unconsciously picking up racial behavior and racial stereotypes and racial parameters in which they want to set people in, and this sense of entitlement, generation after generation. And as long as we as black people continue to sit and wait for some level of appeasement or some type of epiphany that the entire white power structure is going to receive and say, oh, we're being wrong. Let me tell you this. There has never been a time in history where the oppressor has decided to give up his privilege that he directly receives from the oppression of another people just based on the fact that he felt bad about it. That's never happened in history. It's always because the oppressed people have decided to overthrow their oppressors. That's the only way that it has ever occurred in world history. There has never been a time in world history where the oppressor has been like, you know what, I really feel bad about this oppression. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to stop oppressing you and I'm going to stop receiving the benefit that I receive from this oppression, whatever level of benefit it is. And if you want to use the Civil War as a fucking goddamn as a example of when this happens, that's not why the Civil War occurred. Okay, the South wants to leave the Union because, hey, dude, we want to continue to have slaves. The North wants to abolish slavery because it gives the South a stronghold on labor. It has absolutely, it's not altruistic. It's entirely fucking economic based. Why the North wants to abolish motherfucking goddamn slavery. It has nothing to do with their altruistic, desires for black people to be free. Because if that had been the intention, then they wouldn't have set up the prison system immediately afterwards in order to ensure the second class citizenship of black folks. So they didn't want to motherfucking, stop us from being second class citizens. They didn't want to stop us from being oppressed. They just wanted to stop a particular part of the motherfucking goddamn, union, the South, from controlling labor. That was their purpose. And yeah, we can use, the altruistic, underlying motives as a reason to convince the black folks to be more fucking compliant because they believe that, somehow there was this altruistic motivation behind the end of slavery. And we can fucking appease the motherfucking goddamn, abolitionists who really only wanted second class citizenship for black folks anyway. So this idea, here we are in 2018. The largest platform that black folks have for protests against the treatment of black folks is sports. Because there's no, other than entertainment, and that's spread out. There's no unity within there is unity, but there is no unified um, um, platform for music or for fucking acting or anything like that. But sports gives us a weekly unified platform where all the black athletes who choose to participate in this protest can protest on national TV once a week. They can't have that. They can't have this large ass platform being utilized for a protest every single week because they have no intention on seeing us achieve first-class citizenship. It's not to their benefit. And I'm going to tell you that now to the most liberal of white folks. It's not to their benefit to see us achieve first-class citizenship. It would take away their white privilege. Even the liberal white privilege to come to the aid of the desperate second-class citizen black folk. What are you going to do? It's a whole industry based upon that shit. I mean, even black folks included in that industry. We love that industry. You know what I'm saying? It's an industry dedicated to ending fucking goddamn racism. People get paid off that shit. So as far as this integrated system is concerned, be it black, be it white, be it liberal, be it fucking goddamn conservative, it has no motivation to end the second-class citizenship of black folks. The only people who have the motivation to end the oppression of black folks is black folks. Multiculturally speaking, that does not, it doesn't benefit them in the end. It actually helps them in the end that they have somebody look down on and say, hey, look how good we're doing. They attain some pseudo privilege from our second-class citizenship. And that includes Africans as well. Attain some pseudo fucking goddamn privilege as a result of our our second-class citizenship. There's nobody coming to save motherfucking the so-called African American except for the African American. And if we think that somebody's going to jump out of the sky, fall out of the sky, come from a different country, come out of the motherfucking goddamn white power structure and save us, then, you know what I'm saying, we're sadly mistaken. Or that some black person is going to reach a level of wealth or fame in which it's going to like trickle down and we're all going to be free because some nigga became motherfucking successful. Or he was the first nigga to do something. How many first niggas have there been to do something and still we are in the same condition? And again, that's appeasement. That's that codependency that we have. And again, this is my rant.